Lastly, I want to thank the Times News for some of the great reporting they've been doing on the commissioners, Representative Heffley and Senator Udicek's attempt to get geodata released for the COVID-19 confirmed cases in Carbon County. And we do believe we're making a little bit of progress. There was a meeting yesterday that included a Department of Health representative, so we know conversations are taking place. But I want to highlight what Governor Wolf stated on 26 March. It's not a battle, it's a war, right? He was bringing attention to the dire nature of the situation that the counties and the citizens of Pennsylvania face. Last night's Times News, above the fold, lawmakers push for viral information or info. I'm going to quote here. However, when Levine was asked about the issue Tuesday in her daily press conference, she said there are concerns about privacy and confidentiality, which prevent the department from releasing the data. It's always a balance between privacy and confidentiality concerns and the needs of the public, and we're continuing to weigh that balance. Well, doctor, this is what I know about being at battle and in war. We don't need decisions made by committees. We take counsel from our legal counsel, but bear in mind, lawyers advise, leaders decide. So what I'm asking you is to be decisive in your decision making and release this data for emergency management personnel as has been authorized by our Code of Federal Regulations and as enunciated by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Office of Civil Rights. That's all I have.
I would like to comment on that also. We're not looking for the names. We need locations, addresses. When our dispatchers dispatch to these homes, the emergency personnel, EMS and police in particular, they're taking their precautions. But when we have a known case at an address, they will take even more extreme cautions on trying to prevent the spread. It's also good for the emergency departments receiving these patients when they're transported. The fire departments, they're usually, if they're going into a building, they're usually wearing their self-contained breathing apparatus, so they should be good, but it's still a possibility of contaminating their clothing and the turnout gear and the time involved in the cleaning up and sanitizing that equipment could be rather lengthy, takes the equipment out of service. The air packs are easier to clean up, but we still have to wear the protective gear when we're doing that. If we have to, if we have to launder the turnout gear, it takes quite a while for that stuff to dry because of the heaviness of it and the thermal barriers, etc. It could take 24 hours or more to try that equipment out. That equipment that person's wearing, probably well over $10,000 now. So that's a lot of equipment, plus the apparatus that has to be decontaminated, as well as the ambulance corps. They're spending a lot more time out there on the streets protecting you and trying to protect themselves and protecting those that they will transport in those vehicles. So take us seriously when we request that. We need that information for the safety of our responders in particular. If you look at New York City, I think it was like 20% of their police officers had contacted the virus. You know, that we cannot afford that here in Carbon County with our responders.